Yeah, and one thing that I've noticed is prominent in Fundrise's ecosystem is that absolutely everything I see from social media to advertising, it always looks exactly like Fundrise. So tell me a little about consistency and how you manage that process,
Yeah,
especially when you have all these different nuances on the different social media sites.
totally. I mean, that's a huge part of my job. Like, we have an amazing team who are all running at full speed and sort of not different directions, but parallel directions. And a big part of my job is to try to make sure that that all sort of stays headed towards the same goal, and that we're telling the same story, even if we're modulating our tone or telling a different aspect. Consistency just could not be more important, especially today, because getting attention I think attention is one of the most valuable commodities that's out there right now. And every brand thinks that people are thinking about them more than they actually are. And so we feel like we are actually going to need to get in front of you 10, 11, 12 times before you'll even really consider investing. And for a lot of people, if you're inconsistent with your branding and your message, they won't even realize that they've come across your stuff 10, 11, 12 times. And so if you want to break through the noise today, I think consistency is as important as it's ever been. And if you were going to value one thing, I would say make sure people know when they've come across you and what you sound like and what you look like, because you're just not going to get that many chances to get someone's attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's unbelievably critical. Cannot emphasize that enough.
Yeah, it's really important, isn't it? There's actually two forms of consistency. One is in the way that you look, and also messaging. So
Yes.
how do you hone your message? Because you also have this, gosh, I say this with the greatest respect.
I can't wait. I'm very
It is a really simple message that you deliver, right? There's no complexity. It is, when you unravel it, anybody can understand it, from the least knowledgeable of real estate investing to the most sophisticated. So how do you drill down on doing that? It's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not. And it's something that we're always trying to get better at. When I was first hired, we did an exercise internally where I asked people, everyone individually, even on our senior leadership team, what is Fundrise? And I actually got a lot of different answers because our model had changed many times over the years. And so that was something we had to start with internal and getting everyone on the same page with what exactly do we do? And that sounds so simplistic, but I think really every brand should probably do that every once in a while, like come up with kind of that positioning statement of like, who are we? Who are we for? How do we want to be perceived by our audience? But then whenever it comes to like actually sharing that message, there's sort of this age-old debate in marketing of features versus benefits. And I think we try to really emphasize now benefits, because benefits are easy to understand. It's like a benefit is, a feature is something like, we use all this technology to create this diversification within your portfolio. A benefit is not having to be afraid of a market downturn. It's like, it's feeling confident in your portfolio because you have asset class diversification that you couldn't have had before. And so for us, it's continually like challenging ourselves and trimming the fat and really drilling down on what are the benefits that we're offering to our investors, not so much like all the cool ways that we're creating those benefits, because that's just not really that impactful.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of brands, especially in our space, get lost, is they know they're doing really cool things that have maybe even never been done before, but it doesn't actually matter to the investor. The investor just wants an amazing, portfolio. And so that's what we try to just constantly harp on internally and get better at every day.